So are you concerned about the real estate market and what is really going on? Stay tuned. Let me give you some absolute facts about what is going on in the real estate market. So what do the facts really say about what is going on in the real estate market? There is so much fear going on. The news media out there giving bad reports about the real estate market and interest rates. But what is the truth that is out there? Let's look at some absolute facts about what has happened in the past, and then you can make the best decision to buy a home now. What I do recommend is if you are able to buy a home and you have a stable job and you have good credit, then it's probably time to buy a home. Listen, you have to live somewhere. So the whole point is, if you have to live somewhere and you're going to pay a mortgage, you might as well pay your mortgage instead of your landlord's mortgage. So let's look at some facts about the real estate market and what is truly going on right now. So from this chart, you can see 3 out of the last 5 recessions that we've had, dating all the way back to 1980, home prices still went up. Now in 2008, they did drop considerably, but we had a lot of different lending guidelines then, and we'll go over those in just a few minutes. And then you can also see from this chart about inventory and what is going on there. Okay, so this is a key chart to look at. You can see that the inventory during 2008 was so much higher than what we have now, which also caused prices to go down. We don't have that issue now. We have a shortage of inventory. And again, let's look at this chart also to look at what is going on with equity in the properties. So this is a really important chart to look at too. We are at an all-time high in equity in real estate right now in the United States. Back in 2008, that was not the case. We had a lot of 100% financing, and a lot of people ended up being underwater when they went to sell their homes. That's simply not the case right now. We have so much equity that even if home values do drop, people will still have equity in their homes in order to sell it. And how about lending? Okay, this is another great chart to look at, lending. We have more responsible lending now than we ever have in the history of doing mortgages. Listen, I've been doing mortgages for 28 years now, and we used to do some crazy stuff back in the 90s. But that's just not the case anymore. Underwriting guidelines are much tighter, people are putting down money, and we don't have some of those crazy loans like the ninja loan, the no income, no asset loan. We are verifying income and assets now. And though I don't always look at this particular chart because it is on interest rates over historical time, and yes, the interest rates really are not that far off from historical times, but the fact is back in the 70s or 80s, homes were a lot less expensive then. So it doesn't always add up, but what does add up is what can you afford each month. Okay, so from this chart, which I'm sure you've seen before, the interest rates are not at all-time highs like they were back in the 70s and 80s, but you just need to make sure that you can afford the home that you want at the current interest rate, and always remember you can refinance to a lower rate when the rates do drop. So marry the house, date the rate. Okay, so after looking at all those charts, I hope you understand about history and about the history of mortgages, and that things are not as bad as the news media portrays. But if you have a stable job, then now is really a good time to buy a home for your primary residence. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for watching my video. I've added these 2 videos for you to watch next to help you on your home buying journey. I'll talk to you soon.